Hi, everyone. Welcome to What Are Your Thoughts on Real Estate? I'm Cuong, and I guarantee the sale of your home or I buy it. Today, I want to talk about investing in real estate and, well, becoming wealthy from it. Before we start, I just want to show off my fresh haircut. As you can see, the last few episodes, I was looking kind of homeless, so we had to take care of that. Let's talk about the beginning of my career. It was 12 years ago in October 2008, and I was just finishing up my last exam, and I thought to myself, oh man, this was the greatest idea ever. I'm going to make so much money from becoming a real estate agent. Actually, I learned quite a bit in that first year of my career. So my mentor at the time and we started hitting the pavement, and we built up our inventory of listings. And like for me, I'm a rookie here, right? So I mean, the sky's the limit. People were telling me how difficult it was to get listings, and here we are, bunch of listings. America was going in the right direction. Barack Obama had just become the first black president in American history. And even people in Canada, I mean, people were so hopeful. Like everything's going perfect. Let's fast forward 2 to 3 months. Rob and I are looking at each other, and we can't sell a single listing, even though our lives depended on it. The stock market, it was down. I mean, it was in the crapper. Thank you, Lehman Brothers. You really destroyed everybody. And this is how bad the stock market was. It was taking 1,000-point swings. Like in this day and age, you normally, right? Like, I mean, outside of the coronavirus right now and all that stuff, if they take even 100-point swing, it's considered a bad thing. Well, we're talking about well over 1,000 points a day. Okay, so at this point, as you can imagine, a ton of people were losing money, and they were also losing. Well, let's talk about locally. Okay, so a ton of people were losing money in the Toronto real estate market too. So in Canada, we're very, very lucky as we're regulated when it comes to lending versus, well, everyone else in the world. I mean, Europe was insane. The US is very bad, but apparently in the US, just imagine this. So if you were to borrow, let's say $1, right? Well, the bank has $1 of yours. What they would do, they would lend out $70 to $80 from every dollar that they got from us. So as you can imagine, if anyone defaults, right? Bad things are going to happen, and that's what it was in Europe. I mean, the U.S., I kind of laugh at them because they're our neighbors. God bless them. They are more aggressive than us. But I mean, when things do go bad, you get smacked. I believe in back then, right? In Canada, it's about 18 to 1. So every dollar they lend out 17 to 18. Okay, but they're a lot. Obviously, they're more stringent than the American counterparts. I think the Americans were like 25 to 30 to 1, but that's what they're supposed to. That was the guidelines, right? But apparently some of them went up all the way upwards to 50, 55 to 1, which is insane, right? Okay, so enough of that stuff there. Let's talk about this. Like, this is actually one of those moments when this really happened. It really dawned on me. I was like, wow. I've been told since I was a kid that, you can't lose money in real estate, right? In some cases, it's true. Most cases, that is not true at all. And if we didn't learn that lesson then, we should have learned that lesson again in 2017 as the market got crushed for 30%. It was like 25, 30% minimum, right? And then in other spots, much, much worse. So as a rookie, for myself, this was really soul crushing. Rob is an older guy, and he got his pep back, all that stuff. And I'm sure, he never expressed it to me, but I'm sure he did not feel good either, right? So, and what made it even worse, we were getting a lot of listings out in Brampton and Mississauga, right? So not only am I not making money in my first year of real estate, I am piling on so much gas money and the ETR, the 407, right? Man, my girlfriend at the time, I must admit, right? She must have thought I was like a moron, right, for even becoming a real estate agent, because her mother is also real estate agent, and she was like, no, are you sure you want to do this? Because it is a sales job and it can be dicey, right? So I went from being a very hopeful realtor to like, just plain sad, right? But I did learn that our listings, to be honest, at that point, we didn't make a quick enough adjustments, and they're overpriced, and we eventually lost a fair amount of them. And it wasn't because that we were terrible at our jobs, but it was circumstances, and they played a big factor. Instead of sitting at home feeling sad for myself, I started to think of ways to get more clients, right? So, right at this point, I'm like, man, you know what? We should have reacted quickly to this. But to be honest, at the time, new realtor, didn't have the experience, and I didn't react quick enough, and that it does happen, right? Like, I mean, none of us are as good at job today versus if we were to do our job 10 years ago, right? And I think that's a fair assessment, and I'm not ashamed of that. Okay, so this is the tough truth about real estate. It is one of the very, very, very few things that is truly a zero-sum game, and I quickly realized this. And from this, I realized there is a huge, huge opportunity for both investors and first-time homebuyers who want to quickly build equity. And I truly believe there's another opportunity for investors and first-time homebuyers to make retirement money very soon. I'm going to use an example of 2008. I had a client, very younger guy. He was, well, I mean, we're both the same age at the time. So at that time, we're not as old, right? But I mean, thinking about making money in our early 30s, that's a very good thing, because most guys at the 30s, they're definitely not thinking about that, okay? So this client in particular was very aggressive. He picked up 3 properties in a very short period of time, and basically brutal truth, let's put this on the table. He did add $1 million of debt, right? But it was good debt. He quickly realized, we both realized, right? I'm kind of learning on the job here. And we realized that, if you rent out these properties and they're in the right area, holy smokes, you're going to be cash positive and very quickly. So that's what we learned instantly. Well, let's just say I just took a look at the numbers today, right, for that property. He spends a bit of money, gets a refi, spends it on the property to spruce it up. Today, those properties are worth over $4 million, right? 4.2, right? Depending, could be even higher depending how he spends for the renovations, right? But did you hear that? We're talking about $1 million, 12 years later, $4 million. Okay, so even though you have to pay tax on a couple of them, one of them he can claim that it's his own property, but 2 of them you're definitely paying taxes. But I believe, to my understanding, don't quote me, we'll have a tax lawyer to speak on this, right? Usually 50% of it is taxable. So I mean, you're keeping 50% and the other 50% is taxable, which is still fine. Let's say if you're in the highest tax bracket, you're still keeping 75% and you didn't lift a finger, right? Where else would you make that kind of equity? I mean, we're talking about right there at that point. Obviously, for the $1 million that he paid, he's also been paying off his mortgage, right? So you're almost halfway there. And you've also gained $3 million in equity. Could you retire on that? I don't know. Some people can, some people can't, but that's all right. So that's why we try to build more on that, right? And to be honest, like I said, I believe this spot is coming up again, this opportunity. Like, don't you think that you would owe it to yourself and your family to be financially set for the rest of your lives? Well, we're getting, like I said, we're getting very close to this opportunity, judging by the metrics that I use, right? I won't go into further discussion about that right now, because honestly, I'd be wasting a ton of time for you, and I'm sure you have better things to do than listen to my nerdy metrics, all right? But pick it apart, you can laugh at me, that's all right? So I want you guys to be the multi-millionaires by the time that you retire. And if you're interested in becoming a multi-millionaire, message me, and I can definitely help you become one. There's no magic here, just an opportunity and seizing the moment. And you just have to see the right moment, which it is. The perfect storm is brewing right now, and I don't think you want to miss it, because you could wait another 12 years or it never comes again, right? Like, I mean, this is what it was. We had a very, very good run from 2009 to 2017. That's unheard of. Like, I mean, every time I go to these real estate conferences amongst my peers, they always, they laugh at us saying, my God, if I lived in Toronto, I'd be making so much money, right? It's true. It's unprecedented what happened, right? You don't have those types of runs. But the thing is this, even if there's a short blip, you can make substantial money, okay? I want you to understand that, all right? So don't be that person that says, I wish I had. Regret is one of the worst things in life. And I mean, like, just avoid it if you can, right? And I just want to talk about the most, the most proudest moments in real estate. It's not when I win an award and parade it around like I just won the Super Bowl at an award ceremony, right? These trophies are meaningless without helping the people that get us there, right? So one of the things I started doing, I started taking pictures of my clients after after a successful closing, and I know my clients. And it makes me really, really happy because when you put them in a position like that, it makes me happy knowing that you're going to help secure their future for themselves and their family. And to be honest, what's better than that? And for the client, I hope you guys make a lot of money, right? So win-win for both of us, all right? So let's make a lot of money. I also want to thank you guys for listening. And if you have any questions, real estate related or even about life, or hey, if you want to be a guest, hit me up at cuongrealtor@gmail.com, and I'll answer it next time. And also please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Your Home Sold Guaranteed, or I'll Buy It -Cuong, so you don't miss any episodes. All right, so see you next time, and bye everyone.